Hey, my friends, Barry Burns here with TopDogTrading, and today I'm going to talk about a topic I've never discussed before, but it's the question that's coming in more than any other question I'm getting right now, and it's understandable. Bitcoin. What the heck is going on with Bitcoin? What's my opinion of it? Is this thing real? Is it the next big thing? Is it a scam? What's going on? So, fine. I decided to break the silence and share with you my opinion about Bitcoin. Because why? Well, you asked me to. So here we go. First of all, I do have to say very clearly these are my opinions, so I'm not licensed to give you buy or sell recommendations. I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not telling you what to do in any way, shape, or form. Please do consult a financial professional who can look at your individual situation and give you some guidance. So I'm not doing any of that at all, not telling you what to do. I would only warn you that you should only use money that you could afford to lose if you decide to trade or invest in anything, because all trading, all investing is very risky, and especially Bitcoin. It's really speculative. All right, so, and by the way, it's very volatile as well. So even from a psychological point of view, this thing can be very, very volatile, and you might not have the stomach for it. All right, so let's get into this. Now, my opinion is that beyond Bitcoin, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies, and there's, dang, I don't even know how many there are anymore. There's so many. It seems like a new one launches every day. Probably they actually do. That's how crazy it's getting. My opinion, personally, is that the majority of them, in fact, the vast majority of cryptocurrencies are just scams, or at the very least, not viable. And I'm talking maybe 90, 95% of them, maybe even more than that. I don't have an exact percentage, but the vast majority. And I was not an early adopter of cryptocurrencies. However, again, for transparency, I do want you to know that this year I did get into some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, those three. So I want you to know that. Now, based on my research, the big daddy is definitely Bitcoin, and here's why I say that. So here are the facts. And again, I just want to share with you the facts that my belief is, yes, Bitcoin is here to stay and has a long-term future. So I'm giving you the information. You can do with it as you see fit. So, for example, one of the facts is that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they set a date for the start of Bitcoin futures trading. Monday, December 18th. Oh my gosh, that's coming up. I mean, that is, well, literally 2 weeks from the day I'm recording this. So, yeah, if the CME is going to start futures trading in Bitcoin, I think, that's very, very significant. Then, by the way, the CBOE, they had initially not been real enthusiastic about Bitcoin, as most of the financial institutions weren't. It's interesting. If you do your research like I did, you go back and read a lot of the older articles, a lot of the big financial institutions were trashing Bitcoin. And then CBOE decided, yeah, we're going to offer Bitcoin early 2018. Then they said, yeah, we're going to offer it before the end of the year. And then after the CME group announced their date of December 18th, now, in fact, it was just earlier today, I believe, that the CBOE announced they're going to offer Bitcoin futures by December 10th. So all of a sudden, they're going to do it a week before the CME, and they're going to be offering the trading for free. So, wow. That's huge. They are really, really on board with this. This thing's official. John Dieters, by the way, Chief Strategy Officer for the CBOE, he told CNBC, we've really come to the conclusion recently that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. Well, yeah, I guess they wouldn't be offering them for trading if they didn't feel that way. A little place called the New York Stock Exchange you might have heard of. They began a real-time index that tracks the valuation of Bitcoin. Another little exchange called the NASDAQ announced that they're going to launch Bitcoin derivative products to the first half of 2018. LedgerX already won CFTC approval to offer swaps and options on Bitcoin. I think you're getting the idea here now. But not only financial institutions, also retailers now, because people have been saying, well, can you really use Bitcoin to buy anything? Well, guess what? The biggest retailer in the world, I believe it's the biggest retailer in the world, Amazon.com, they've registered at least for cryptocurrency related web domains, including AmazonBitcoin.com. So they're clearly looking to do something with it, or at least potentially. PayPal, huge merchant, co-founder, the PayPal co-founder, I should say, told Fox Business that Bitcoin is very underestimated. So for those of you who are thinking maybe we're in a bubble or that it's not a big deal, well, I don't know. There's another opinion for you. And by the way, the company announced a partnership with Coinbase, again, that's the exchange I use, to allow merchants to accept Bitcoin in place of US dollars, meaning, yeah, the stuff can really be used now. By the way, if you're wondering if Bitcoin is really a big deal, yeah, it's a big deal. The numbers, its market cap is bigger than MasterCard. Bitcoin's market cap is bigger than General Electric. Bitcoin's market cap is bigger than Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley combined. Oh my gosh, this thing is enormous now. So if you think it's right for you, there is a special offer. This is not through me, by the way. This is through Coinbase, the exchange that I mentioned, the same one that New York Stock Exchange bases its index on. And if you want to toe dip into it, Coinbase, at least at the time of this video, I don't know how long it'll be available. Maybe by the time you watch it, this offer won't be available anymore. I don't have any control over that. But they do have a way of allowing you to earn an extra up to 10% on Bitcoin with a limited, I'll tell you some of the limitations here in a moment. So I set up my Bitcoin account through them, as I told you, because they are the leading Bitcoin platform, the first regulated Bitcoin exchange in the United States, where I am. And as I said, they're also the one that the NYSE uses for the valuation of their index. So here's the deal that they are offering. They say if you buy or sell $100 or more of digital currency through them, then you earn an extra $10 of free Bitcoin. And by the way, so do I. Again, full transparency. Yep, I get $10. So, wowee, I'm going to go buy a, cup of coffee at Starbucks. So obviously that's not going to change my life much, but hey, if you're in the situation where you want to get involved, hey, extra $10, why not? It's it's a pretty good return on your money. If you buy or sell $100 and you get, $10 of free Bitcoin. So 10%, pretty darn good return on your money. Now, that is, I do have to be very clear here that if you buy or sell more than $100 of Bitcoin, you still only get the $10. So it's not going to be more. You can't buy $1,000 and get $100. So 10% is only the maximum based on if you buy or sell $100, then they give you $10 of free Bitcoin. All right. But again, if you just want to get started small, that's a pretty high percentage. I don't know if Bitcoin keeps going up. So in fact, even as I was doing this video, it's crazy. It's taken me a couple hours to really do this video, and I was watching the price of Bitcoin still going up here like crazy, even as I was watching this or doing this video. So who knows how long they'll be offering this. They may not be motivated to do it anymore. By the way, it's also not available in all countries. So when you get to the website, check out all the legal terms, conditions, which countries it's available in, all that kind of stuff. It's their offer, not mine. So I have no control over that. But onlinetradingtowin.com/Bitcoin is where you can get that. And I put the link down in the description as well. And you can click on the link in the upper right-hand corner and see if it's still available by the time that you watch this. Now, again, I just have to say real quickly how speculative this is. Very volatile as well. But again, if you just want to toe dip, not a bad little extra bonus for you. Let's look at a few charts here. And so you can kind of see, if you haven't looked at Bitcoin charts yet, there's some similarities and differences, but here is an example. This is one day. This is today, actually, December 4th, and depending on your time zone, December 5th. So you can see some of the big swings that it makes there, and kind of get a feel for what one day's action was, at least this particular day. Now, if we go to a weekly chart, again, you can see here that in this time area right in here, let me get my drawing tool up. There we go. got a big swing up, big swing down, big swing up, big swing down, and then that, pretty nice. That's pretty good. But and all this stuff, by the way, another thing that I want to point out is that I find that support resistance works pretty good with Bitcoin. And so that's one of the things that I kind of watch for it. Let's go to the monthly chart here. And there you see it again. So with 1 month, now it seems to have a much smoother action, doesn't it? And during some time. So lately it's been very volatile. But, if you put a moving average to this, it would, follow pretty well until you got into here. And what happened here? Well, again, Bitcoin does do some things that other markets do as well. So we got to 10,000, big round number. So just like with stocks, when you get to a big round number, the market often responds. Well, Bitcoin did too. And everybody was talking about that. Oh my gosh, when we get to 10,000, and some people speculated, that's it. End of the story. It's not going to go above 10,000. And so the market reacted to that a little bit. And that's what this was, in my opinion. It is a psychological reaction that, it went down a little bit. A bunch of people took some profits. And then other people said, I'm seeing that as a buying opportunity. I'm going to buy on the dips. In fact, I know a lot of people who just keep buying on the dips. And I've done some of that myself, actually. And then up we go, back on up. So I think that's what we were seeing there. So the psychological aspects of trading, such as big round numbers and some other things, they're still going to apply to Bitcoin because it's still people, right? It's still people trading this stuff. So here's another example, support resistance levels I mentioned real briefly. So here's an example of that. We got up here and you can see that resistance level became support there. And so, again, these are things that people just tend to look at. As we hit resistance there, became support there. People are looking at charts just like we're looking at this chart, and they see these levels and they respond to them. So it's mass psychology. It's still mass psychology, and that's a 3-month chart. All right, well, that is it for this video. Those are the facts that a lot of people don't seem to be aware of. If you were, that's cool. But if you weren't, then hopefully this will be just a very basic introduction to whether you think, now you take that information and you decide whether you think Bitcoin is here to stay. And again, I know a lot of people get into some of the altcoins, as they're called. I would just say be very, very careful of those. They can be exciting to trade, but Bitcoin, to me, in my opinion, seems like the big daddy. So if you like this video, go ahead and please subscribe on YouTube and also give us a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Love to hear your comments. And also, if you have any questions as far as things you'd like me to cover in the future, feel free to send me an email at barry@topdogtrading.com, and I'll be happy to add that to my list of topics that are coming up on future YouTube videos.